Hello friends, today we discuss about a recent update in the world of aviation in India. Whether to land or not to land, who takes this call? Well, the first step is a quick inspection of the runway where the aircraft is supposed to land, and the inspection report covers certain technical parameters including the braking coefficient on the runway. Now, the braking coefficient on the runway can reduce if there is any type of deposits or contamination on the runway, which could include, say for example, water logging, snow, slush, and of course, rubber deposits, which are also referred to as FOD. So a blanket or an overall braking coefficient of the runway is reported to the ATC, the air traffic control, and the controller advises the pilots whether to land or not. If the landing is not feasible, that means the aircraft has to go for a diversion. Now, since yesterday, a major change has emerged. Now the pilots, the captain of the incoming flight, will have the call whether to land or not. So the process or the SOP, the standard operating procedure, will be something like this. Step 1, the entire runway will be divided into 3 distinct areas. The first is the landing zone, the second will be the middle zone, and the third will be the rollout zone. A complete detailed examination of several parameters, including the braking coefficient of each of these 3 sections, will be carried out by the inspection team, conveyed to the ATC, and the ATC will then issue a technical bulletin which is known as NOTAM, Notice to Airmen, and this will be visible and accessible by the pilots. So now the pilots will be able to take a final call looking at the conditions and the braking coefficient on the runway. For example, if there is any possibility of hydroplaning or contamination due to FOD, slush, ice, water logging, the pilots may opt not to land. Therefore, this entire runway is now getting distributed into 3 segments, and the braking coefficient of each of these 3 segments will now be available to the pilot, and therefore the pilot will have better situational awareness and take a final call as to landing or not. Most of the pilots, aviators, have hailed this decision as something which will increase the overall situational awareness, number 1. Number 2, better safety at airports. And number 3 is better maintenance of the runway. So there's a change of protocol, and now the pilots will have the final call and decide whether to land or not. Thanks for watching.